Hello, friends, and welcome back to Max's Cards and Dice Dugout. This is episode number 6, and this will be game 3 of the Celluloid series using time travel baseball, matching up the Major League Movie Cleveland Indians versus Bingo Long's Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings. Excuse me. This is game number 3. Where we head back to Cleveland. Cleveland comes home being down 2-0 after 2 incredible complete game performances from pitchers Bingo Long and Yo-Yo Diaz for the Traveling All-Stars. Let's get to today's starting lineups. First, for player manager Bingo Long's Traveling All-Stars, no changes in this lineup. When it's working, why mess with it, right? Leading off, we got Charlie Snow, right field. Batting second, Bunny Downs, the second baseman. Fat Sam Popper, the first baseman, bats third. Catcher Leon Carter bats fourth. Esquire Joe Calloway in center field bats fifth. Walter Murchman, the left fielder, bats sixth. Champ Chambers at third base, batting seventh. Louis Keystone bats eighth at shortstop. And batting ninth and pitching is left-hander Ted Trent. So we will replace his card with a pitcher at bat card. For the home team, Cleveland Indians, leading off Willie Mays Hayes at center field. Izuro Tanaka, the left fielder, bats second. Pedro Serrano in right field bats third. Roger Dorn, the third baseman, bats cleanup. Toby Rainier, the shortstop, bats fifth. Jake Taylor, the catcher, will bat sixth. That's a change in the lineup for the Indians. Charles Graham at first base bats seventh. Mario Crespi, the second baseman, bats eighth. And on the mound pitching is left-hander Matt Shoup with a 4.37 ERA, and his ratio is 8 hits to 2 walks per card, or 8 hits and 2 walks per card. He is also a regular pitcher at bat, so we will replace his batting card, or excuse me, we'll replace his pitching card with the pitcher at bat card. Okay, so we're ready to get underway. Hit the play button on ice score, and Charlie Snow steps into the batter's box. Matt Shoup winds and delivers, and we are underway. We got a 5 off of the pitcher's card, and he struck him out. And there's one away. I should mention, the first 2 games I did have some mistakes. I was better in the second game than the first. Seemed like the only mistake I had in the second game, ignoring some mistakes I had with ice score, was reading the dice correctly. So I'll try to do better with that. All right. Bunny Down steps into the batter's box, one away. We get double threes. Oh, you know what? Forgot to shuffle the gamble cards. I'll give these a quick shuffle. They're pretty well mixed up already, but I always like to give one shuffle before the game starts. All right, so we got double threes. And it's going to come from the batter's card, and that is a single. So Bunny Downs is on first base, one away. That brings up Fat Sam Popper. And double threes again. This one's coming off of the batter's card as well, and it's extra effort. And once again, I forget to break out the runner reaction board. Will I ever get this right? Maybe one of these days. Okay. Extra effort, base is empty, the batter's hit by a pitch. Runners on, take a gamble. So there's a man on first base, we take a gamble card. And it's another single for Fat Sam Popper. And Bunny Downs on first base advances to third. So in play, single. Happened to Bunny Downs, he's safe at third, advanced by the batter. First and third and one out for Leon Carter. And we got an 11 coming off of the batter's card. It's a short single with a question mark. They are not same-handedness, so it is a short single. And on the short single, runners advance one base. That's going to drive a run in. In play, single. What happened to runner on third? He was safe at home, advanced by the batter. And Fat Sam Popper moves to second, advanced by the batter. So we got first and second with one out, and Cleveland's, or excuse me, Traveling All-Stars are already up 1-0. Esquire Joe Calloway, we get an 11 off the pitcher's card. It's a pressure play. The basic game, that is a strikeout. Two away, runners on first and second. Brings up left fielder Walter Murchman. 5 off of the hitter's card, and that's a walk. In play, base on balls. So we have had 3 singles and a walk, correct? Yes. So we're trying to avoid Matt Shoop in the first inning getting fatigued based on the rules of 5, or the rule of 5s. And if he gives up 5 base runners in an inning, be it hit, walk, or error, he becomes fatigued. I don't want to have to pull him this quickly. We have the bases loaded with 2 outs for Champ Chambers. Let's hope that Matt Shoop can get out of this inning. We got double sixes, and this is trouble. This is big trouble. And it's going to come off of the pitcher's card. It's a double. Double off of the pitcher's card. Runner on first is out at home. Other runners score. That's that old time travel runner reaction that I don't completely agree with, but we are going to follow it like I mentioned in game 2. So Champ Chambers hits a double. Fat Sam Popper is safe at home. Advanced by the batter. Leon Carter is safe at home. Advanced by the batter. And Walter Murchman is out at home. Tagged out. And let's see where that play went to. It went to center field. So that's going to do it for, I guess Shoop gets out of it. Gosh, I don't know. He should be fatigued, but he's not, the inning ended. So I don't know. I'd have to relook at the rules, but I guess I'm going to have to make a decision here. I'm going to say that, he's going back into the dugout, so he should be good to go in the top of the second. But we go to the bottom of the first with the Traveling All-Stars leading 3-0. And, if you watch the videos for the first 2 games, this Traveling All-Stars and Motor Kings team is just an offensive juggernaut. And it's been tough for Cleveland. They've been playing catch-up most of these games. All right, so left-handed pitcher Ted Trent for the Traveling All-Stars goes to the mound. Willie Mays-Hayes steps into the batter's box. And we are underway in the bottom of the first. We got a 3 off of the pitcher's card. It's a deep fly out to center field. Fly out to center field. Done. And there's one away. Zoro Tanaka, left fielder. We got a 6 coming off of the pitcher's card, and that's a sharp ground out to third base. Call that a 5-3, and there's 2 away for Pedro Serrano, the right fielder. Got an 8 coming off the pitcher's card. It's a chop ground out, which goes to third base. Out, ground out, 5-3. And the Indians go down 1-2-3. After one inning of play, it's Traveling All-Stars 3 and the Cleveland Indians 0. Lewis Keystone steps in the batter's box. We got double 4s. It's coming off the batter's card. Nah, it's a strikeout. 1 away for Matt Shoop. Now batting pitcher, Ted Trent. Got an 8 coming off of the pitcher's card. It's a hard ground out to first base. So first baseman Charles Graham is going to take that unassisted. And there's 2 away. Brings up leadoff man Charlie Snow, a.k.a. Richard Pryor. And we got a 9 off of the batter's card. It's a hard ground out to third base. 5-3. And the traveling all-stars go down 1-2-3 to top of the second. So Matt Shoop recovers from his rough first inning. After 1.5, it's traveling all-stars 3, Cleveland Indians nothing, and cleanup hitter Roger Dorn steps up to the plate, and it's a 3 off the pitcher's card, and it's a deep fly out. Didn't quite get it to deep left field, but it's caught by Walter Murchman, and there's 1 away. Toby Rainier, shortstop. We got a 5 coming off of the batter's card. That's a slow ground out, which goes to second base. Bunny Downs. He tosses over to Fat Sam Popper, and there's 2 away. That brings up catcher Jake Taylor, a.k.a. Tom Berenger. He's getting the start today. And we got a 4 coming off of the pitcher's card, and he struck him out. And that retires the Indians. 1-2-3 after 2 innings of play. So traveling all-stars 3, the Cleveland Indians nothing. Matt Shoop comes back out. Bunny Downs is up. Got a 3 off of the hitter's card. Nah, struck him out. Just 1 away. Fat Sam Popper. He's 1 for 1 with a single. We got a 10 coming off of the hitter's card, and it's a short single. However, they are both, with a question mark, they are both left-handed, so struck him out as well. 2 away. Brings up catcher Leon Carter. He's 1 for 1 with a single. We got a 7 coming off of the pitcher's card. It's take a gamble. There's no one on base. Deep drive hugs the foul line. Umpire rules foul ball. All right. So there's 1 strike on Leon Carter. And we got a 5 coming off of the pitcher's card, and he struck him out. So apart from the first inning, Matt Shoop seems to have settled down. Go to the top of the 4th. Or excuse me, the bottom of the 3rd, with the traveling all-stars leading 3-0. Charles Graham steps up to the plate. Got a 6 off of the batter's card. It's a slow ground out to shortstop. And we'll call that a 6-3. Brings up second baseman Mario Crespi. And we got a 7 coming off of the hitter's card, and it's a high fly out to center field. Esquire Joe Calloway's under it, and he makes the catch. There's 2 away. Brings up pitcher Matt Shoop. Got a 7 coming off of the pitcher's card. Let's take a gamble. Nobody's on base, and pitcher Matt Shoop hits a triple to right field. How about that? In play, triple. There's 2 away with a man on third for leadoff hitter Willie Mays Hayes. It's the first hit for the for the Cleveland Indians. And we get a 7 off of the pitcher's card, and it's take a gamble. The man on third, it's a short single off the pitcher's kneecap. All runners advance 1 base if forced. So Matt Shoop's going to have to hold up at third. It's a single. Held up. So it's first and third with 2 outs for Izuro Tanaka. This is going to score a run. We got double sixes. Comes off of the pitcher's card. It's a double. And here we are again with the double. Runner on first is out at home. Other runners score. So, Izuro Tanaka gets the Indians on the board with a double. Matt Shoop is safe at home, advanced by the batter. And Willie Mays Hayes is thrown out at home by the left fielder. And that's going to do it for the Indians after 3 innings of play. It's Traveling All-Stars 3 and the Indians nothing. Matt Shoop comes back out. Esquire Joe Calloway steps up to the plate. And we got a 6 coming off of the batter's card, which is a single, with a plus sign. So he's going to try to steal second with Walter Murchman at the plate. On a 1-5, he's safe. On a 6, he's thrown out, and he's safe. So Esquire's Joe Calloway, second, stolen base. Walter Murchman at the plate with Esquire Joe Calloway in scoring position at second. And we get a 7 off of the hitter's card, and it's a high fly out to right field. Out. Fly out, right field. Done. Now on a high fly out, runners hold. Held up. So there's 1 away for Champ Chambers. Esquire Joe Calloway's at second base. We get a 7 coming off of the batter's card, another high fly out. This one goes to right center field. To the right fielder. Yeah, it's a fly out to right field. There's 2 away, and he's held up. Lewis Keystone, the number 8 hitter. He's 0 for 1. And we got double 2s. It's going to be the 3rd out. Let's see how it goes down. Coming from the batter's card. It's a sharp ground out to third base. Out. Roger Dorn's going to go, well, he only has 1 play going to first. So that's a 5-3. And the Traveling All-Stars are retired. So after 3.5 innings, Traveling All-Stars lead 3-1. Pedro Serrano is the first batter for Cleveland here in the bottom of the 4th. And we get a 6 off of the batter's card. It's a sharp ground out to second base. Ground out. 4-3. And there's 1 away. This brings up cleanup hitter Roger Dorn. You get a 7 coming off of the pitcher's card. It's take a gamble. There's no one on base. Single. Left field. Batter's out at second trying for a double. Wow. So, in play, single. And Roger Dorn out at second base. Tagged out. And that went to left field. And we'll say he's tagged out by the second baseman. That's done. So there's 2 away for Toby Rainier. Toby's 0 for 1 with a ground out. We get a 3 coming off of the batter's card, and that's a walk. So Rainier's on first with 2 away for catcher Jake Taylor. And we got a 6 coming off of the batter's card. It's a chop ground out to second base. Bunny Downs is going to go to Fat Sam Popper. 4-3. And that's going to retire the Indians in the 4th. We go to the top of the 5th. with the traveling all-stars leading 3-1. Up to bat is pitcher Ted Trent. And we got a 10 coming off of the batter's card, and he struck him out. There's one away. Charlie Snow steps up to the plate. We've got a 9 coming off of the pitcher's card. It's an infield pop out. It's a 1-16. It's going to go to the catcher. So it's out. Excuse me, on a 1-16 on the gamble cards, it goes to the catcher. It's a pop-up fly out to the catcher, Jake Taylor. That's 2 away. Brings up Bunny Downs. And we get double sixes. This is going to be a hit. It's going to be a double. But let's see what kind. It's coming off of the pitcher's card, and it's a double. In play, double. So we got a man on second with 2 outs. Fat Sam Popper comes up to the plate. And we get a 9 off of the pitcher's card. It's an infield pop out. It's going to end the inning. And it goes to third baseman Roger Dorn. And that does it for the traveling all-stars in the top of the 5th after 4.5 innings. Traveling all-stars 3. And Cleveland Indians 1. Charles Graham up the bat. We got double 2s. See what happens. It's coming from the pitcher's card. It's a wild pitch. And with the bases empty, we take another gamble. And it's a walk. So a leadoff walk for the Indians in the bottom of the 5th. That brings up second baseman Mario Crespi. It's a 7 off of the pitcher's card. It's another gamble. Man on first, it's a single to right field. And on a single, man on first moves to second, other runners score. So it's in play, single, and he's safe at second, advanced by the batter. So we got first and second with nobody out for pitcher Matt Shoop. Well, Shoop has settled down. I'm going to leave him in the game. We get a 9 coming off of the pitcher's card. It's an infield pop out to the shortstop. And we're going to say that's a infield fly rule. It's out, pop out to the shortstop. That's 1 away. He's held up, and he's held up. So we got runners at first and second with 1 out, and leadoff man Willie Mays Hayes comes to the plate. And we got a 6 off of the batter's card. It's a chopped ground out with a plus sign. So let's see what the chopped ground out says. Batter to first on fielder's choice. We draw the top gamble card. And with the pitcher's image, the lead runner's out. So, in play. But I don't see a fielder's choice. Out. There's no fielder's choice. In play. Oh, there it is. Fielder's choice. Touch each position that handled the ball. So, what did we get on that? Look back at the previous gamble card. Short single. Center fielder. Oh, wait a minute. We had first and second. I misread this, I guess. It's a short single. Batter and runners take an extra base as center fielder falls down. So, I guess I didn't need to... I guess in this situation, we don't use the runner reaction board. At least that's how I'm going to handle it. Because we got some information here for the runner reaction. So, It's a short single for Willie Mays Hayes. And on a short single, runners advance one base, but they're going to advance two in this case because the center fielder fell down. So it's in play for a single. So Charles Graham is going to score, advanced by the batter. And Mario Crespi is going to move to third, advanced by the batter. So we got first and third with 2 outs. And the Indians get another run, and it's now 3-2. Here's Pedro Serrano. We got a 10 coming off of the batter's card. It's a short single. Question mark, but they are not the same handedness, so it's a short single. The runners advance one base, and this game is tied. In play. Single. He's safe at home. Advanced by the batter. And Willie Mays Hayes is safe at second, advanced by the batter. We are tied at 3, with runners at first and second. This is Roger Dorn. Now, Roger Dorn gets on base here. Ted Trent's going to be fatigued. So we're going to get some pitchers warming up in the Traveling All-Stars bullpen. It's going to be right-hander Barney Morris and left-hander Jimmy Newberry. Oh, once again I made a mistake. Huh. Well, we're going to have to roll with it. Somehow I got Izuro Tanaka's card out of the batting order. And he didn't bat. So he's actually on first base right now. Why is Pedro Serrano up? Okay. Oh, boy. Thought I'd get through this game without a mistake, but here we go again. Oh, well, call it an act of God. Here's Pedro Serrano now. We got an 8 coming off the batter's card, and he struck him out. There's 2 away for Roger Dorn. Runners on first and second. We got a tie ball game here in the bottom of the 5th. And we got an 11 off of the pitcher's card, and that's a single. Man on first moves to second. Other runners scored, and the Cleveland Indians on Roger Dorn's single get their first lead. In play. Man on first moves to second. Other runner scores, so it's a single. Willie Mays Hayes scores. Advanced by the batter. And he's safe at second, advanced by the batter. So it's going to do it for Ted Trent. Well, you know what? I'm going to let him face this last batter here. But the results are going to come off of Toby Rainia's card. It's first and second with 2 outs. Hopefully he gets out of this inning. And we get a 10. And it's a short single. And that's going to be a mistake. Poor manager decision by Bingo Long. Okay, so we got a 10. It's a short single. Runners advance one base. So that's going to load the bases. It brings up Jake Taylor. Single. Advanced by batter. Advanced by batter. Okay. So we're going to bring in Barney Morris, the reliever. He's a right-hander as well. So for this first batter, and Jake Taylor's going to stay in the game. For the first batter, if they have the same handedness, the pitcher gets to use the shutout card just for the first batter that he faces. So that's it for Ted Trent. He's responsible for all the runners on base. Here's Jake Taylor against Barney Morris. And we got a 6 coming off of the batter's card. It's a chop ground out to the shortstop. Loose Keystone's going to go to short way to Bunny Downs. So ground out, 6-4. And that does it for the Indians, but they take the lead 4-3 as we go to the top of the 6th. Matt Shoup's going to stay out here. Here's Leon Carter leading off. And we get a 5 off of the pitcher's card, and he struck him out. Excuse me. Esquire Joe Calloway. Got a 7 coming off of the batter's card. That's a high fly out to right fielder. That's Pedro Serrano. He's underneath it and makes the catch, and there's 2 away. Brings up Walter Murchman, left fielder for the All-Stars. And we got a 3 coming off of the batter's card, and he struck him out. Matt Shoop has quite Shoop, excuse me. It's quite a few strikeouts. So that does it for the traveling All-Stars. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The Cleveland Indians leading 4-3. Charles Graham up to bat. We get an 8 off of the batter's card. It's a sharp ground out to third base. Champ Chambers tosses it over to Fat Sam Popper. 5-3, and there's 1 away. Here's Mario Crespi. And we get a 7 coming off of the batter's card. That's a high fly out to left field. And Walter Murchman's underneath that one. And that's 2 away for the Indians. Brings up pitcher Matt Shoop. And we get a 6 coming off of the batter's card, and it's a sharp ground out to second base. Bunny Downs has it, tosses over to Fat Sam Popper, and the Indians are retired in the 6th. So that takes us to the top of the 7th. The Cleveland Indians leading 4-3. All right, Champ Chambers leads off for the traveling All-Stars. And we get double 3s. Yeah, it's going to be a base runner. Let's just see how he gets on base. It's coming off the pitcher's card, so it's a walk. So Chambers is on first. Lewis Keystone comes up to bat. We get a 9 off of the batter's card, and that's a hard ground out. Let's see what we get on a hard ground out. Hard ground out. Runners advance 1 base. Alert defense, double play. Well, Cleveland's home, and in the basic game, they are the alert team. So that's going to be a double play. Out. And that went to the shortstop. So we're going to say it's a ground out. 6-4-3. Done. And let's see, he's out. Champ Chambers is out at second. Double play. So there's 2 away for pitcher Ted Trent. And we're going to get Barney Morris warming up. And going to bring up a pinch hitter. That's going to be Willie Lee Shivey. Pinch hitter for the traveling All-Stars. He has a .302 batting average. And we get a 4 coming off of the batter's card, and it's a walk. So we've got to change Ted Trent. Willie Lee Shivey. Save. And that's a walk. In play. It's a walk with a plus sign. So that means he's going to try to steal. And he's safe at second. Stolen base. So Willie Lee Shivey does his job. And that's going to bring up leadoff man Charlie Snow. You got a 7 coming off the pitcher's card Let's take a gamble. We have a man on second. And it's a line fly out to right field. And that's going to do it for the Traveling All-Stars. Fly out, right field, done. Okay, so now we got to make a change to the Traveling All-Stars lineup. We got to bring in pitcher Barney Morris. Place Ted Trent at pitcher. It's Barney Morris. Save. All right, so Barney Morris is out on the mound, and we go to the bottom of the seventh with the Indians leading 4-3. Top of the lineup, Willie Mays Hayes. We got a 9 off the pitcher's card. It's an infield pop out, and that goes to the third baseman, Champ Chambers. And there's one away. Yuzuru Tanaka up the bat. Got an 8 off the batter's card. Sharp ground out to second baseman Bunny Downs. He tosses over to Fat Sam Popper. And there are 2 away. Brings up Pedro Serrano. And we get a 6 off of the batter's card. That's a sharp ground out to Fat Sam Popper at first base. And he takes that one unassisted. Barney Morris retires the Traveling All-Stars 1-2-3. We go to the top of the 8th. Matt Shoop is still in the game. And I believe the next time he faces the leadoff man, Charlie Snow, he will be fatigued based on the rule of 5s. Okay, so top of the 8th. Matt Shoop still on the mound. Bunny Downs steps into the batter's box, and we got a 9 off of the batter's card. And it's a hard ground out. Back to the pitcher, Matt Shoop. He tosses over to Charles Graham at first base, and there's 1 away. That brings up Fat Sam Popper. We've got a 10 coming off of the pitcher's card, and he struck him out. It's 2 away. Quite a few strikeouts for Matt Shoop. One thing I can't really see here is the pitcher stats during the game. I don't believe so. No. All right, 2 away for Leon Carter. We've got a 5 coming off the pitcher's card, and he struck him out. And that does it for the Traveling All-Stars. In the top of the 8th, we go to the bottom of the 8th, Cleveland Indians, leading 4-3. They need this win. They do not want to go down 3-0. All right, we got a 4 coming off the pitcher's card. It's a chop ground out, and that goes to third baseman Champ Chambers. Tosses over to Fat Sam Popper, and there's 1 away in the bottom of the 8th. Toby Rainier steps into the batter's box for the Indians. We got a 7 coming off of the batter's card. It's a line fly out to center field. Esquire Joe Calloway makes the catch, and there are 2 away. That brings up catcher Jake Taylor. He's 0 for 3 today. Double 6s, but this is going to be a base hit, an extra base hit actually. It's coming from the pitcher's card. It's a pop fly double. And Jake Taylor's on second with 2 away. Brings up first baseman Charles Graham. Got a 3 coming off of the pitcher's card, and he struck him out, and Barney Morris gets out of the jam. And now we go to the top of the 9th, last chance. Last chance for the Traveling All-Stars. We're going to get some action in the Cleveland Indians bullpen, though. Going to get right-hander Blake Stalker warming up. And let's see, who else? Left-hander Chris Schindler. They're going to warm up in the Cleveland Indians bullpen just in case Matt Shoup gets in a little bit of trouble here. So leading off the top of the ninth for the traveling All-Stars is Esquire Joe Calloway. And we get a 3 coming off the batter's card, and that's a walk. It's not a good start. So tying run is on base for Walter Murchman. Walter Murchman's 0 for 2 with a walk. And it's a 7 coming off of the batter's card. It's a high fly out. And on the high fly out, runners hold, of course. And that fly out goes to left field. Fly out, left field, and there's one away. And the runner on first is held up. Brings up Champ Chambers, third baseman. He's 1 for 2 with a double and a walk. And we get an 8 coming off the pitcher's card. It's a hard ground out. This could end the game. Hard ground out. Runners advance 1 base, alert defense, double play. Cleveland is the home team. We're playing the basic time travel baseball game. The home team is automatically alert. And that's going to be a double play to end the game. So let's do that. We got an out. Ground out. And that went to third base. So we're going to say it goes 3, 2, or excuse me, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3. Okay, we got it. And Esquire Joe Calloway is out at second in a double play. And that is the ball game. So Cleveland comes back home and defeats the traveling All-Stars. They hold them off 4-3 on a complete game from pitcher Matt Shoup. Let's see if we can get the stats for him. Well, first we'll give you the totals here. We got traveling All-Stars, 3 runs on 6 hits with 4 left on base. And the home Cleveland Indians, 4 runs on 10 hits and 6 left on base. So the series continues with the Indians the traveling All-Stars leading the series 2-1. Let's see if we can get Matt Shoup's stats. Matt Shoup, pitching stats. Pitched 9 innings. No, I'm not seeing. Had 11 strikeouts. Gave up 3 earned runs. Nice outing for Matt Shoup. Gets Cleveland on the board with their first win. And the series will continue. Game 4 will also be in Cleveland, with the traveling All-Stars leading the series 2-1. If you hung around this long, I'd like to thank you for your patience. If you're a subscriber already, I'd like to thank you for subscribing. I would also ask that you please consider liking this video. If you're not a subscriber, I would ask that you consider subscribing to this channel to help it grow. And I'll be back again with another tabletop play in the Cards and Dice dugout. And until then, take care.